Today sees the launch of a new information service, a way to surf the internet from your hotel bedroom. The service is a joint venture between Thorn Business Communications and MAID, MAID. It should be available in more than 100,000 hotel rooms across Europe and North Africa within the next 6 months. And I'm joined in the studio by the Chief Executive of MAID, Dan Wagner. Is it easy to use? Because that's always a problem with the internet. It often takes a long time to get in, doesn't it?
Well, there's two things that we did specifically for the hotel guest resident. The first was to provide, obviously, high-speed internet access, which is something that most people have not experienced, mainly because they don't have the connections. And the second thing we did was to build a special sort of user interface that was very easy to navigate, and a tutorial to enable people to
So they've got to pick it up quickly, haven't they? Because they don't want to waste
Absolutely.
time in the hotel rooms and going through all the instructions. You've also got a lot of real-time financial information, haven't you, from telephone? I mean, you can be alerted to share price information and so on. Do you see the end of the personal computer as we know it as a result of all these things?
Well, no, I wouldn't say that there is the end to the personal computer. I think there are many other devices that will come about, including your standard television set, which will be adapted to enable it to receive digital services. We plan to make our vast amount of business information available through whichever appliance the user may decide to use to receive that information. And therefore, we have been building technologies, such as today's launch through the TV set, and a recent announcement we made with Nokia telephones to deliver share price information to a handheld telephone to sort of broaden the appeal and the opportunity for us to sell business information to a broader audience.
We do see a time when people can actually deal shares free through the internet, because they can't do that at the moment. There's always a dealing charge, isn't there, because people have to match buyers to sellers and so on.
I don't know if it would be free, but it might well bring the cost down quite considerably, because it will open up the boundaries and create greater competition to the existing methods of trading shares. I think that's likely to happen with all forms of electronic commerce. Consumers will have a better choice and therefore will be able to determine the best outlet to purchase products and services.
You've got some tremendously large rivals, though, in the financial news business, financial information business, Reuters, Bloomberg and so on. And of course, a company like yours could fall prey to these sorts of... Is that a continuing pressure that you find in day-to-day business life?
Well, we've been in business 12 years and we've always been competing with the same players, so I don't think that we feel particularly threatened today.
But aren't you more vulnerable if you're quoted as you are on the stock market? Because of shareholders and so on?
No,
Maybe
I don't think
tempted
so.
to
I don't think
accept
so.
a higher price for their shares?
I think they like to back the underdog as well, and I think that we have a good chance of penetrating a new audience of end users which the traditional players have not been able to penetrate at
You've
this point.
often fallen foul of this, perhaps the more staid parts of the city. I remember Richard Branson saying, "I've had enough of all this," and he withdrew from being quoted on the stock market. Do you ever feel tempted to do the same kind of thing, to take the company off and not be bothered by shareholders and interim reports and things like that, when you just get on with the main business of the day?
No, absolutely not. We've been very fortunate. The city have provided us considerable sums of money to help us build our business, and they've been there when we needed them, and they deserve all the support and feedback that we can provide them. And we need to be analysed on our performance on a regular basis. I think that's only fair if people put serious money into our business.
Since you started the company, it's grown massively, hasn't it? You've got, what, 400 people worldwide now.
Yes.
What sort of responsibility do you feel for those people? Because you're in a very strong position in your market, but it's a very odd market. It changes day to day, doesn't it? How do you actually keep control of them all?
Well, I think any employer has a considerable responsibility to the people that they provide an income to. And you have to show them that there is an opportunity within the business that they're contributing to, and there's a growth and ever-increasing plan. I think that many of the people who are involved in our business are very much part of the team, very focused, and we're all working together to build a tremendous business.
Dan Wagner, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much indeed.